Hey, what is up, guys? Back again with another Python tutorial. So today we're going to be working with list, and like the previous tutorials I've been making, I'm going to try to do this in under 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and get this started. So in Python there is 4 collection data types in Python. The first one that we got is dictionaries, which are unordered, changeable, and indexed, and it does not allow duplicate members. And then another one is called a tuple, which is ordered and unchangeable collection and allows duplicate members. And then we have a set, which is unordered and unindexed, and it does not allow duplicate members. And then what we're working with today is list, which is an ordered and changeable collection that allows duplicate members. So let's go ahead and get started with creating a list. So we'll create a list that is random because it'll have a random items that are inside of it. And in order to be able to create a list, you need to have square brackets. And on the inside, you can have anything, pretty much anything you want in there. Let's go with Scooter. That's my nickname. And number. And another name. Put Scoot, and then a number with a decimal place in it. And then let's just put a pizza item or put an item in there, a food item, pizza. Alright, so what we got here is a list, and it has 5 items in it, or elements I should say. And then if we want to be able to see what is inside of this list, we can just print it out, and it is called random. So the name that we called it, we can just print it out and we can see what is inside. So I'm just going to navigate over to or I'm just going to run this, I should say. And as we can see, these items down here match exactly what is up in here, what is in the list. You can also access the items in the list by index. So if I want to get this 1, 2, 3, 2, lists are just like arrays. They are indexed and they do not start with 1, they actually start with 0. So this first element here is going to be the 0th place, and then it's just going to keep going up. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I want to be able to get the 1, 2, 3, 2, I want to put in 1 because it is in the 1 spot, and then close the parentheses. Let's clear the console, run it, and as you can see, I have the 1, 2, 3, 2 that was in there. You can also do negative indexing, which it just works in the reversed order. So all you do is just work backwards. So as it starts with 0 here, you're basically going in the opposite direction. So you want to go do a -1 here to get the pizza value, -2, -3, -4, -5. So if I want to get the 12.1, I just do a -2, and then that will provide me with that 12.1 value that was in there. You can also change the values out of a list by using the index method or using the indexing. You just do random, use a square bracket, and then provide which index that you want to change that is inside of the list. So I want to change out, let's see, this 12.1. So we're starting with 0, so 0, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be the 3rd position in the list, and I want to change it to, let's say, Nick. And then I want to print out the new list to see what it looks like. Let's clear this out and run it, and as you can see, I swapped out the 12.1 with Nick. So that is how you do that. And then if you want to loop through a list and you want to provide all of the different values that are inside of it, you can do that with a for loop. So we'll do for x, which is going to be what is looping through the random the list name random. So we're going to do 4x in random, and then use the colon, and then we want to provide what we want this for loop to do whenever it loops through the list. So in our case, I just want to be able to print out the values of the list so I can see what it has stored inside of it, and then we can just go ahead and run this, and now we can see all of the different values that are inside of that list. Alright, so if I want, I can also try to see if there's a particular element or item that is inside of the list and I want to check to see if it's in there. I can just do an if statement, and let's see if we can find scoot inside of the list. Can do that, and then if we do happen to find the word scoot, we can just say yes, it's in the list. So when we go to run it this time, as you can see, yes, the word scoot is inside of our random list. And then we can also check to see the size of the list. So if I want to see how big or how many elements are inside of the list, you can use the len function, which is just the length, which will tell you how many characters or elements or bytes or whatever it is that is inside of your list. So I can run this here, and as you can see, I have 5 different elements inside of this list. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then also too, if you want to add on to the list, you can use the append method, which is you just provide the name of your list dot append, and whatever you provide it with, it is just going to add it on to the end of your list. So as you can see, as we saw just before, we had 5 elements in here, and then after I run this append method, we should now see 132 at the end of our list. And as you can see, there it is, 132. And then you can also use another method if you want to be able to insert different values that are inside of the list. So if you do that, you just use the random, or you provided the name of the list, and then you use dot insert, which all it will do is you need to provide it which location, which index of the list do you want to place it. So I want to place it right here before this 132, so I want to put it in the first spot, and then I'm going to say gem. I want to put gem in that first position right here, and then let's go ahead and run it and see what we get. And as you can see, I inserted gem into that position. And then we'll do one more thing. If we want to delete an item out of the list, you can just use the delete, and then we provide it with the location of where we want to delete. So let's delete out scoot, and then print it out again and see what we get. And as you can see, I deleted that out. Now this was just a basic tutorial. There's more methods and functions that you can use, but I just wanted to cover the basics, so in case the ones that you probably be most likely to use or see. And then also too, you can always look online for more methods that you can use. So that was just a quick tutorial on how to use list in Python, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.